A deadly explosion at an oil well in Weld County.
And I got a huge cloud of black smoke behind me.
That explosion at an Anadarko site shakes the ground miles away.
A concerning discovery near the scene of another explosion last month. A new pocket of underground gas close to homes.
It's madness. How are they getting away with this?
We set out to verify. Are ticket scalpers rigging the system?
The most expensive storm in Colorado history. Now we're getting a first look inside Colorado Mills and hearing from a business owner who says he can't get straight answers from the mall.
Just how much of your donation actually goes to charity? We verify where the money goes.
And reeling in the cash, why the state's paying people to catch fish.
This afternoon, an explosion at an oil tank site in Weld County near Mead, and it sent flames and smoke shooting into the air. One worker at that site was killed, 3 others were injured. The crew was working on what is called a battery, a tank or a group of tanks that collect crude oil before it goes into a pipeline. This is the second deadly explosion at or near an Anadarko site in Weld County in as many months. This well is close to another neighborhood that was shaken by the force of the blast just after 3 this afternoon. 9 News reporter Anusha Roy is in Weld County for us tonight with the latest on the explosion.
Well, Kim, Anadarko says the contract workers were out doing some maintenance work at this site off of Highway 66 when this explosion happened. At this point, we don't know what started this fire, but it was close enough to homes that people nearby felt it.
There is at least 2 to 3 tanks that are involved, exploded and or ruptured.
As neighbors rushed to call 911.
And they were overwhelmed with calls already.
Investigators arrived off of Highway 66 to find the tanks fully engulfed. 1 person was killed, 3 others were hurt.
We don't know what they were doing, but they were working on it, performing maintenance.
The fire far enough away, investigators are telling this community they are safe.
There shouldn't be any threat to the nearby homes.
Now, no one had to be evacuated this afternoon, and the Weld County Sheriff's Office is describing this as an industrial accident. So that means agencies like OSHA will now be involved in this investigation. And Kim, tonight, we don't know the names of those hurt and the person killed.
All right, thank you, Anusha. Unsettling for many people. A new concern about underground gas in a neighborhood in Firestone today. It's the same neighborhood where a house exploded in April, killing Mark Martinez and Joey Irwin and seriously injuring Mark's wife, Erin. Crews are now trying to address a newly discovered underground gas pocket just west of where that house exploded.
The deadly explosion occurred in April at this home on Twilight Avenue due to a mixture of methane and propane leaking from a cut underground line. That line was connected to this oil and gas well, and it ran within a few feet of the house. The line was abandoned years ago, but for some reason was still connected to this well and probably began leaking when the well went back into service in January after being shut down in 2016. All these green and yellow dots you see are places where they tested for oil and gas. And in early May, they found this large pocket of methane along Oak Meadows Boulevard. It's possible that gas escaped because this line, an offshoot of the same line running to the house, was cut when the road was built and has been pumping gas into the ground whenever the well has been in operation. The Colorado Oil and Gas Conservation Commission says the gas is far enough from homes that it doesn't pose any danger for them. For 9 Wants to Know, I'm Kevin Vaughn.
I'm about to change your life.
Here's something dramatic. Official ticket sales for this highly anticipated Broadway show in Denver haven't even been announced.
I'm thinking past tomorrow.
And already a third-party ticket site has taken the stage and is selling some seats for more than $1,000. What the Hamilton? You gotta wonder.
It's madness.
How ticket buying got out of rhythm with the common fan.
How are they getting away with this?
Like Todd Chicola, who can't get a Tom Petty ticket at Red Rocks, now going for up to $8 grand on StubHub.
So you go online and they're gone immediately.
It's happened also with Adele.
Hello, Michelle Span can't win either.
I had 5 different browsers going and 2 on my phone.
Your question, are ticket scalpers making things worse?
Within a minute, all the tickets were gone.
Let's start with the tickets the common fan never gets access to. Before official sales start, promoters hold tickets for corporate sponsors, fan clubs, and resellers.
Pre-sales were the biggest boon to ticket brokers in the most money. The pre-sales are ruled by the brokers, right?
Those pre-sales and holds decrease the supply as thousands of fans online try to get their ticket.
In most cases, this is a supply and demand issue.
When Tom Petty tickets went on sale last year, Red Rock said it saw 27,000 people across the country trying to get 9,000 seats.
Most venues just don't have the capacity to handle the number of fans who really want to buy seats.
Just one ticket scalper can use ticket bots, sophisticated automated software that mimics hundreds of buyers.
So by geographically spreading our servers, one of the 30 servers we had would get all the tickets every time.
Ken Lawson says his ticket bots always beat humans.
And then CAPTCHA came along.
CAPTCHA's completely automated public Turing test to tell computers and humans apart.
They just didn't use it right.
Lawson easily solved that puzzle.
And I got a call saying, have your guys manually type these all night, and then you guys will be automated again.
How is this legal?
They sell 1,000 tickets illegally, it's $1 million fine.
Late last year, Congress outlawed ticket bots nationally.
There's a lot more ticket bots out there than there were before.
The FTC admits bots are a problem, but they haven't cracked down yet.
For us, this is a new law, and we're trying to figure that out.
Will enforcement even happen? Not if they use Colorado as an example. Our state passed a very similar anti-bot law in 2008, a bill that came out of the state attorney general's office.
What we were hearing was a computer software attack on these ticketing systems that allowed these brokers to jump ahead in line.
Jan Zavislin, who was head of consumer protection at the AG's office, testified in favor of that bill.
If they're violating Colorado law, we can prosecute them.
That was 9 years ago. So how many ticket scalpers and bots has the AG's office prosecuted since then? Zero. None. Nobody. The law is there, but it's never been enforced.
Is this law working?
That's a great question. Perhaps it is working. Perhaps it is having that deterrent effect.
The new head of consumer protection with the AG says they can't enforce the law without complaints and evidence first. At the Denver Center for Performing Arts, they say, don't worry, we've got this.
If we see what appears to be suspicious behavior for the purpose of selling through the secondary ticket market, we do reserve the right to refund those tickets.
But scalping is still an $8 billion business.
When I go buy a ticket, what are the odds that there's ticket bots there trying to beat me to the punch?
Every time, every show.
What about those $1,000 Hamilton tickets? Tickets that don't even officially exist yet.
There are individuals who are making the assumption that they will be able to get tickets in their hands at some point, and thus are essentially selling on speculation.
It's clear the seller is confident it can game the system for a big profit today without consequence.
I think that it's politically expedient to be I'm for the fans and I'm against the scalpers, and that the laws bring awareness, and that's a great thing. But they can't really enforce those laws unless the company that's selling the tickets is willing to give up the data to show who the brokers are and who the fans are.
I think that the law just needs to be enforced here.
So what can people like Todd and Michelle and you do? Complain. You heard the AG's office. You can go to their website, stopfraudcolorado.gov, and file a complaint there. The AG's office is waiting for complaints so they can investigate ticket bots.
I'm sure Colorado Mills would really prefer we stop talking about the mall and whether the storm damage will truly keep it closed through November, and how much tax money is being lost, and why tenants can't get straight answers, and whether 3,000 employees deserve better than that. If we had that information, maybe we wouldn't have needed a store owner to give us a little behind-the-scenes tour today. There are tarps covering the floor at Colorado Mills in Lakewood, and it's covering what appears to be the kiosks there. There are garbage bags all over the place. Some of the stores are closed up and dark, not really clear what state they're in. Other stores appear like they could open tomorrow. They're stocked and lit. A lot of the damage, though, is only clear if you know what was there.
I am the owner of the candy store at Colorado Mills Shopping Mall. We own the popcorn kiosk, the train runs in the mall, and the snack stop, candy store. I'll take you a little tour. It's pretty messed up right now. So you can see all the water I'm stepping on. We are out of power still, as you see. And it's pretty humid here, as you can smell. And health department was here also. They told us to just trash every perishable food we have. so we can then resell it, which is about $50,000-$60,000 product we have to trash. Mall is gonna fix all the walls. As you can imagine, we called the insurance as soon as possible, and we bought the insurance that the mall management told us, and they are saying it's just a liability and we are not getting a penny from them. Everything you see not attached to the wall, I am responsible. The ceiling falling. Well, they soaked up with the water, got really heavy, and just started falling. You need to buy insurance liability plus another insurance for the merchandise we are selling, I guess, which we didn't know. The health department said just trash everything. And you can see it's pretty wet inside the bag. I need to check with them if I just save some of these candies. We've been in the mall over 10 years. We love the mall, but now we are stranded and not many people helping us, including mall management. We're just getting emails once a week or so just saying we're gonna open 6 months. We're doing our best to fix the mall. We'll see. We're hoping to come back when they open.
You heard right there, nobody's gotten a solid answer on when the mall will reopen, not even the tenants and employees. There's a memo from the mall owner that said November. Then again, this is the memo that the mall owner would not confirm was real while it was posted on their own website.
When a police officer falls in the line of duty, people come together to help. The Colorado Fraternal Order of Police, the largest police union in the state, raises money to help the families of fallen officers. That's the phone call that reached Alicia Patterson, asking her for $100 to help.
He got a little pushy and was trying to offer me other options, like a lesser amount to donate.
That didn't feel right to Alicia, so she didn't give. Turns out if she had donated, most of the money would have gone to a telemarketing company like Residential Programs, Inc., one of 2 companies that this charity uses. If you give $100 to the Police Foundation through them, $85 goes to the telemarketer. The charity only gets 15 bucks. 15 of a $100 donation.
You're not being informed that that's where part of your donation will go.
The police charity declined our interview request, and RPI never responded to our calls, but we didn't need them to talk to see the contract. It's all on file with the state. 85% is the telemarketer fee. 15% goes to the charity. How's that legal? We asked the guy who regulates this industry for the state.
The Supreme Court has said that states cannot regulate how much a paid solicitor can take.
What the state did is pass a law to track the fees, hoping it would help charities shop around for a better deal. That was 16 years ago, and we found some charities still pay huge fees.
Paid solicitors understand that this can be a lucrative business for them.
Of the 400+ paid fundraising campaigns filed with the state last year, 9 News found 306 where the paid solicitors took more than half of the money people donated to charity. If you add those up, people gave more than $130 million out of the kindness of their hearts. Paid solicitors kept more than $97 million of it. The charities got less than $33 million of the $130 all of you donated. The good news, regulators say, is the solicitor legally has to tell you if they're paid and how much really goes to the charity, but only if you ask. So we verified, yes, this was all above board, but Alicia still had good reason to be skeptical and ask questions, which it turns out is the best thing you can do when anyone asks you for a donation, whether it's on the phone, on the street, or by mail. We talked to a lot of experts for this story. All of them agree, if you're uncomfortable at all, do not give to a solicitor. Look up the charity instead and donate to them directly. It's the best way to get your money to a charity. Really good knowledge for all of us to have, and thanks again to Alicia for emailing verify@9news.com. Because she had this question, we all got to learn a little something about how this works and what to ask if we get that call.
The state of Colorado will pay you to fish. Seriously, starting Thursday at Green Mountain Reservoir in Summit County, Colorado Parks and Wildlife is offering 20 bucks for every northern pike. Here's 9 News reporter Dan Grossman.
Oh, there'll be a lot of guys up there. And pike are going to wonder what's happening.
Bert and all those guys will be after this sucker, the northern pike, a fish that has surpassed the nuisance threshold in Colorado and become a danger.
They can knock off the balance of the native fisheries.
Parks and Wildlife have tracked the pike ever since they were illegally stocked in reservoirs a few years back. Their biggest concentration is in Green Mountain Reservoir, and now that they've begun endangering as many as 5 other native fish species in the state, Park and Wildlife figures it's time to call in the troops.
If northern pike get into that critical habitat, they could decimate those populations and hinder recovery aspects.
I think they took all the fish out of this lake.
Enter Bert.
Work's not fishing, man. Catching's work.
Who won't just be looking at this as a way of making a few extra bucks.
I did get bit by one up at Terryall, and I still got a couple of the scar marks.
But as a way of exacting revenge.
Yeah, they're overachievers. They're not real easy to catch, but when you do, they're worth the fun.
Last year, the state received 43 fish.
Well, with a little luck, maybe $100.
A number Bert and his boys will be shooting for all on their own.
Yeah, it's not like them just getting it, for a good time.